Hi, I'm Miriam.
I'm Chris, and I'm putting away my ketone tester.
Good job.
Thanks. I do really well putting stuff away.
Now, if only our kids could do that.
I know. So, yeah, we're from Keto Chow, and right now we're talking about the challenge that we're doing in 2020. You should subscribe to our channel. Anyway, we're broadcasting on YouTube and Facebook, along with Periscope and Twitch. But right now, well, normally we're doing 3 Keto Chows a day, or we're doing 1 meal of keto food for the entire day. But right now, we're actually not eating anything.
Yeah, we quit eating.
So we are joining Rachel and Joe with 2 Crazy Ketos on their fast. So
if you want to look at this app, you can't see it probably very good, but there's a little fire right here because that means you're doing awesome.
Well, the first one is you're in ketosis.
You're in ketosis, and then there's a fire, which means you're burning ketones, right?
Or something like that.
I don't know.
It actually tells you if you click on it.
And then it says recycle.
Heavy ketosis.
Oh yeah, heavy.
Then we got autophagy. And you're almost a peak growth hormone.
Oh, well, I liked my description better, which is beefy arm.
Beefy arm.
You can't actually
You're almost
see
a
it.
beefy arm. So Lori's on. Hi, Dana
39 hours
and
fasted
Brandon.
is what we are right
Nice.
now. Because we're doing this thing because we started at the same time.
Yes. Well, so 36 was the halfway point, right? Of 72? I can
Maybe?
math. Yeah.
Oh, hey. There you go. Hey, we're over halfway.
There you go.
It feels like we still have 2 days because we do.
Yep. And it's kind of funny. I haven't really been hungry, though I keep wanting to eat.
I know. It's that
So it's
crazy mouth
yeah. Well, it's the whole
fixation.
yeah. You just you want to do it because that's what you just always do, right?
Yeah.
It's out of habit. It's not because you're actually hungry. It's just because you're like, oh, it's time to eat.
Yeah.
And Dana said, "Bless you," because I sneezed. Thanks. So, well, we have been downing the electrolytes.
And licking on some salt. Here's a little salt for you guys to see. Look how pretty
the other
this
side's
is.
cooler.
This has 3 stripes right there.
Oh.
This side is cool too.
Yeah. It's
So
a big
we
red
were
mineral
talking
salt.
about this. The dark is
Smaller one.
manganese. So
Yep.
we got some pretty colorful pieces of salt here.
Yep.
from
So
Redmond.
Holly says hi, Stephanie says good morning, and Jetta says morning.
Hi,
and
guys.
Switch Grocery Canada says morning, you guys.
Oh, hi.
Nice. We are getting ready to send off another package to Switch Grocery up in Canada right now. That should be going out hopefully today if we can pull it off. So let's see. Lucy says, how many meal ideas have you had? So yesterday I kind of got a hankering to, I started thinking about making more pork belly because we made basically
Do we have
smoked.
more of that?
No, I cooked it all. But then I decided to stop thinking about it because
Yeah, we need to not think about it. Although I do want to get into your brain that you want to take me to Buffalo Wild Wings Wednesday night. That's what I want to get into your brain.
although I might not eat until Thursday morning.
But then we aren't together, and then I'll be sad.
Okay, well. We could
Or-
always just do Buffalo Wild Wings on Thursday morning.
I guess we could do that.
See? And on Wednesday, we get to go to look at different venues for Keto Salt Lake 2021.
Yeah.
So, because Keto Salt Lake is coming up just in a couple of weeks. Like 6 weeks, I think it is.
It's soon.
Yeah, Miriam was actually getting together a bunch of stuff for the different speakers and talking to them about stuff.
And all of our vendor spots are full right
Yep.
now. We have
They sure are.
21
21 vendor spots, and they're all full.
beefy arms. I can't get my arm.
It's
not beefy.
So
anyway,
Stephanie
it's
says,
fine.
so pretty. Colleen says, morning, y'all. Real Talk Keto says, good morning. The Keto Mom asks, how's it going?
So good.
Actually, this fast has been really good. I think
Yeah.
it's just because I know what I'm doing and when I'm doing it and all that other stuff.
Yep.
I've been really hitting the salt pretty hard. Last night, I took a teacup and I put, I don't know, it was close to probably about 2 tablespoons of fasting drops in it.
Oh, that's
Added
a lot.
little bit of water and downed it, and then added more water and
And you didn't pee all
washed it
night
down.
long?
No, I didn't wake up to go to the bathroom once.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, because Joe kept on talking about having to go to the bathroom the entire time, and I have had the
He was
exact
drinking
opposite.
too much salt.
But and then so we have these chunks of salt that we got from the real salt mine, and I had one that was like more crumbly, and I took a hammer to it and broke it up into smaller chunks.
Yeah, and they're more white.
Yeah, they're more white. This one is really pink and pretty.
It's so pretty.
But all day yesterday at work, I was sucking on salt. I actually swallowed a couple chunks yesterday.
I just put a couple chunks in the bottom of my water bottle, and then I didn't have to add stuff to it.
There
so
you go.
That was nice. Although I need to have more because I think I need magnesium. I still have a headache yesterday. And it's not like a big headache. It's just that little, you have a little bit of a headache. So get some magnesium and try to bring up a little bit more salt for my drops in my water.
So just hammering down the electrolytes is where we need to go. Angie says, would you ever consider a plant-based protein for those who need to avoid dairy? A plant-only protein, you mean? We do have the beef protein flavors that have no dairy in them whatsoever. If you're looking to avoid animal proteins, I do have some bad news for you that it's very, very difficult to get the right amino acid profile with plant-only proteins. If you are interested in doing that, we do have the base powder. And Joe and Rachel I guess it was just Joe, did a video recently showing how to use the Keto Chow base powder, which is all the vitamins, the minerals, electrolytes. It's everything in Keto Chow except for the
flavor,
sweetener, and the protein. So if you want to use a pea protein that tastes like
fine.
Raspberry, that uses stevia, you can do it. Or you want to use egg white protein, or you want to use any other protein. You can use the base powder. It covers a lot of the edge cases for us, because this whole thing started as I wanted something that was very simple for me. The research I've personally done indicates that animal proteins are the better ones to go for. And so I'm not interested in doing a plant-only protein, but you can use the base powder to get a whole bunch of those edge cases. So
those nutrients that you need.
Anyway, that's a longer discussion for a different time, but I would recommend looking up Peter Ballerstedt. It's spelled really weird, but you can find him on Grass-Based Health. On Twitter and Facebook and stuff. The Keto Mom says, holding a bunny.
Aww, holding a bunny.
We did watch a bunch of Harry Potter last night, which was nice because the kids ate dinner and we watched Harry Potter. So let's see. Switch Grocery has a question for you guys. Is it magnesium or electrolytes or fasting drops that help with headaches?
Here's the worst answer. Yes.
That is yes.
It depends on what you need. I notice myself that when I don't take the magnesium every day, then I tend to get headaches more. But it depends on also if I'm not taking the electrolyte drops. If you just take the electrolyte drops every day, you pretty much will always be fine.
You'll get the right stuff. It depends on how much you're taking.
Well, and really I just put a little bit into each water I drink every day. Well, anything I drink. If I have a diet soda, if I have whatever, I just put a couple drops in, and then it's not overpowering. And it's not over salty, but then I don't usually get headaches. So it's when I neglect to do those things that then I notice headaches.
So keeping up the sodium will help you preserve your potassium and magnesium, and that's the number one line of defense. But if you start to get cramps, and I personally have noticed as well that if I am getting a headache, I need the magnesium more than anything else. My whole family. My brothers, my mom, we all have this really awesome, super high requirement for magnesium, which is why there's so much magnesium in Keto Chow. Again, I made it for my own use. Everybody else gets the benefits of higher than normal magnesium, so yay. So yeah, and Switch has had another question about the base powder and soups. If we're boiling them, does that have an impact on the nutrition availability? It does. There are a lot of the vitamins in there, specifically B vitamins and C. A and D start to degrade once you get to around boiling. C and some of the other ones start to degrade around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's best if you don't bring it to a boil. Most of the time you just need it heated. And so as long as you're not heating it up a lot, then it'll still have that 1/3 of your daily nutrients. Now, again, this is assuming that you're using Keto Chow for all your nutrition. If you're not using Keto Chow for all your nutrition, and it's just like a 1 a day thing, or maybe even 2 a day, then all that doesn't really matter anymore, and you go ahead and do whatever it is that you want to do, because you're probably eating other food, and it tends to work out. But if you are only using Keto Chow for all of your food 3 times a day, then you don't ever want to heat it above about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. So there you go. Patty says better late than never.
Hi, Patty.
A keto mom finished her fast yesterday. Oh, because she started Saturday night.
Oh, that was a good idea. Then you're ahead.
So, Switch says, I've been finding something has been helping me with the headaches, and I think it's the drops.
Yay!
Probably.
They help me with my headaches, too.
Yep. I keep on eyeing, there's little flakes on this one, and I keep on wanting to eat them.
You can't. It's stuck.
Yeah. Anyway, on the rock. The big rock.
Get Fit February today.
Oh, Get Fit February.
We have, what is today?
Today is...
The 18th?
The 18th.
Crunches.
Ooh, crunches.
Crunches today. I actually already did crunches today.
Did you really?
Yay, me!
Good job.
I in my closet, when I got dressed, I laid down and did a bunch of crunches.
I did a bunch of weightlifting yesterday. It's getting to the point where it is starting to be difficult.
Oh.
So, because when you start, I'm doing strong lifts 5x5, and there's just 5 exercises. You do 3 exercises a day, 3 times a week, and it's just 5 reps of each one. Anyway, they have a whole program, and it's all on their website. There's an app that I use on my phone that just tells me, okay, today you're going to do this much, and these are the plates that you put on the bar, and I don't even have to math, which is great.
So you have to math a little, because they tell you the number, but then you have to make the number match the weight.
If you buy the Pro Pack, which was, I think, $5, it tells you, it shows you which plates go on. It says,
serious?
Put on 2 10-pound plates and well, and the thing is, it even says like 12.5 pounds per side. Okay, that's easy. That's a 10 and a 2.5. But when it says 95 pounds, it's like, okay, so 45 is the bar, and then I take out, and then divide it by 2.
Does it show a picture?
Yeah.
Can I see?
Yeah, you have it on your phone.
But I don't use it.
Let's see.
I did it. We did 5x5s a while ago together, and I like it together, but I think he likes working out without me better.
So let's see.
It's not that he doesn't like me, but...
So the 75
I
has a little
can't
thing.
see.
Says,
oh, it's so cute.
So 75 is 15 pounds on a 45 bar. So a 10.5 and a 5. A 10 pound and a 5 on each side.
Gotcha.
So.
Cool.
Anyway, so I was doing that yesterday. When you start off, that's what I was getting to. How long have you been married? So we got married.
This year it'll be 20 years.
This will be 20 because we got married in 2000, which makes the math so easy.
We don't like math.
Once you get to Cinco de Mayo, which is not our wedding date, but it's very close, then it's the year. I know. Yep. Anyway, so when you start off Strongless 5x5, you start off with an empty bar, and you just concentrate on form, and then you're adding like 5 pounds each time you do the exercise. And so now I think I'm up to 100 pounds on the squat.
Nice. And
100 pounds on the deadlift, and I don't remember how much on the bench press. I think it's like 80 now. But it's actually getting to the part where my muscles are starting to be sore. It has you rest for 90 seconds if it was easy, or 3 minutes if it was difficult.
Wow.
Yesterday, after I did the overhead press, I rested for 3 minutes.
Overhead press is hard, I think.
Yeah, it is hard, and I was like, and I was doing it all fasted. And this brings up a different subject. So Miriam and I are fasting right now, doing a 72-hour fast. We're about halfway through it. Yesterday was the 1-day mark, and just around when we started on Sunday, I checked my ketones and I was at 0.8. Yesterday, when before I did my workout, I checked and I was at 0.8. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Oh, look, Joe's on. Hey, guys.
Hi, Joe.
Then after I finished my weightlifting sets yesterday, my ketones were at 0.6. They had gone down, and my blood glucose had gone down, which is interesting.
Because you used up those ketones lifting.
Yeah, I used up the ketones and the glucose by lifting, which makes sense. I also used fat. I've been doing a ketogenic diet long enough that my muscles are oxidizing fat directly, but any available glucose, any available ketones, muscles were saying, yoink.
I want to use those.
And so I was down to 0.6. What did I test myself just at? So I'm at, last night I tested and I was at 1.6, and right now I'm at 1.4.
I'm at 1.1.
Nice.
77 blood glucose.
So Alan says, hey, Joe.
So I had a question.
Yes.
I think it went out of my brain, though.
Well, and this brings up an interesting topic about ketones. You don't need to chase high ketone numbers, because the ketones go up, they go down, they go all over the place. As long as you are producing ketones, that's what matters. You don't even really need to check your blood unless you're doing experiments. If you're testing out new stuff, like say you go to the store and you buy the new 0-carb keto bread, well, does that negatively impact you? Does it change your metabolism? The only way to really know would be to check it. Now, Miriam and I were watching, Joe and Rachel, they had a review of some granola and then some biscuit.
That was by the same
mix.
Company. And the granola was good.
Yeah, they liked the granola. They were
not as
unwilling to test the biscuits. And I thought that was interesting because Rachel's like, I spent so much time, they'd go to Cracker Barrel and get a bunch of biscuits and devour 3 baskets of the biscuits. And there's a lot of things that I have moved on. I no longer crave that carby stuff anymore. I don't want to bring it back into my life. And so the 0-carb bread, I don't know if I even want to buy any of it. It would have been helpful back when I first started, but
well, and it's nice for the kids to have something like that.
Yeah, our kids.
Well, the whole FOMO thing, this is the hardest thing for kids, is they don't want to be missing out. At least our little boys, if they could have a keto bread that their sandwich looks like everybody else's sandwich, then it's fine.
Yeah, it probably would be fine. And for Max and for Sam, that would probably be fantastic.
Because it's going to be, 2 total carbs a day? Or
it's a lot of
bread.
total carbs, but net carbs, it's supposed to be 0 net.
But there are better breads that you can find or make yourself.
Yeah, well, and we've been using, we have some tortillas from the Santa Fe Tortilla Company that we get from Sam's Club. Those are they 5 net carbs?
5 carbs, yeah.
And those ones I actually trust. They're not using any sweetener in it. They're not playing the fiber
They have
drain.
wheat gluten because they're regular tortillas, but that's our carb our kids have.
Yeah, and I don't eat them.
Yeah.
Normally.
We usually, if we have to have a tortilla, we'll have the folio.
Yeah.
From Costco. But usually we just eat it without.
Yeah, the cheese wraps.
Yummy.
A lot of times, I just like to throw the stuff on a plate and eat it with a fork or a spoon. Joe says they have a review of that bread coming out today. Fantastic.
Oh, nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Real Talk Keto says, do you guys know of a good resources for learning how meds affect ketosis and keto progress? Been looking and have not found a good resource of knowledge on it.
Ken Berry actually released a video today about medicine and hair loss.
Okay.
So he's got a bunch of videos. If you look up Ken Berry and then this is so medicine or this is so problem, you might find something. If not, then we message him and he'll make a video about it, because he's a doctor and he knows a lot about medicines and everything. What's the best thing to do is to talk to your own doctor to see how you can
now your own doctor probably won't know how a ketogenic diet affects that,
but there are keto doctors around. You just have to find some.
So just medicine in general probably going to be difficult. A specific medicine, that might not be too hard to find. But like Miriam was saying,
look up Dr. Berry.
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of, he talks about a lot of different medicines and what they do and what they don't do. And yes, you still need to, if you're going to come off medicines, you still want to work with your doctor. And like Ken Berry says, change your doctor or change your doctor.
Yeah,
so
change your doctor's
if your doctor
mind
doesn't support your keto lifestyle, find a doctor who will.
Yeah.
And there's even some in our area.
Yeah, we have quite a few in our area that'll do it. And I was just thinking of when we went to the carnivore conference. What's her name? Dang it just been on my head. The lady who ran the carnivore conference, Amber O'Hearn, who's fantastic and has been doing a carnivore diet for a long time.
She's so fantastic.
Her main point of her presentation, actually maybe that was at Keto Salt Lake, but she gave a presentation at one point talking about how the standard American diet recommendations, like how much vitamin C you're supposed to get, is all based on the assumption that you are doing a standard American diet. So the requirements for vitamin C with a ketogenic diet are not the same as the requirements for vitamin C on, depending on your diet. And then when you get into, so she says that we need new standards for a ketogenic diet because, this is the way our ancestors would have eaten. But then you also, fun fact about medicine, most medicines, in order to eliminate variables and confounders, are only tested on men.
What? And
only tested on adult men, because women have these monthly cycles that screw everything up.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So like the Lipitor trials, all the cholesterol lowering medications, they're only ever tested for men. They're, all of the indications of, it'll reduce heart attacks or something like that. That's in men. That's not in women. It's not in postmenopausal women. It's not in any women. It's just in men. And so when you're talking about medication and how it affects, you on a ketogenic diet, if you're a woman on a ketogenic diet, it's even worse because most of the clinical trials will not take into account women, which is preposterous.
Yeah, there's like lots of women around. There's like half the world.
Oh, so Real Talk Keto said it, on steroids for arthritis, so I know it has to affect it.
Yeah, if you just look up Ken Berry arthritis, I bet you'll find a video.
And Joe of Two Crazy Ketos, who's on here right now, he was getting to the point where he was barely able to walk because of his arthritis. And on his ketogenic diet, he isn't having those issues anymore. Which is worth it right there.
Yeah. Pain is a great motivator.
So Alan's taken off.
Oh, bye, Alan.
If you look up, Carla says, if you look at how meds affect blood sugar, that would indicate possible effects on ketones. Drug.com is a good resource. Yeah. There you go.
One thing I wanted to say.
What's
that? Okay. So when you're doing your blood tests and stuff, the numbers that like the iron, the blah, blah, magnesium, it's all based on numbers that if you go lower than that, you're deficient.
Oh,
so
it's not
optimizing your health. It's going above. So your iron number is a 40, right? So if you're 41, then you're fine. If you go below 40, you're not fine. So what's the optimum level? What's a better level than that?
Well, so there is the Nordic Nutrition Guidelines. The most recent one was published in 2012. They're going to be publishing a new one pretty soon. The Nordic Nutrition Guidelines are an amazing resource for like how much of something you should look into getting. So, for instance, iron. The U.S. recommendation for iron is like 18 milligrams. For menstruating women,
What?
when you get into the Nordic nutrition guidelines, it talks about for men, you need this much. For postmenopausal women, you need this much. For blah, blah, blah. And they go through and they have like research papers and they cite it and they talk about, okay, here's the minimum, but here's the recommended amount for like better human nutrition. And most of the vitamins and minerals amounts that I've put into Keto Chow are actually based on the Nordic nutrition recommendations, not on the U.S. dietary recommendations. So that's fun. It's like a 2,000-page thing, but all you have to do is look up one of the nutrients. It'll take you right to that part in the Nordic nutritional guidelines of 2012 and just lay it all out. You can learn all about magnesium or selenium and all of that fun stuff. And Alan said the RDA is a bare minimum nutrient requirement. Holly said, lots of women, we need our own experiments. Real Talk Keto says, keto has helped me greatly.
Yay.
And Joe is a miracle, says Alan.
He
Kathy,
is a
hi, good
miracle.
morning, Kathy. So, anyway.
So yeah, we're not doctors.
We are not doctors.
We know nothing.
I am an engineer.
I am a mom.
I do not know how to drive trains.
I have 6 children.
Yes. I have 6 children as well, but
Yay.
I just kind of was, it was more of a spectator thing.
Yeah.
Except for the, raising them part.
I didn't actually do anything. My body did it all without my help.
And the doctors and stuff helped too.
They helped.
Although the first delivery, we're
gosh.
there in the delivery room.
Operating room, thank you.
The operating room.
You can't have twins outside of an operating room, which
Yeah.
is so dumb because you're like in this beautiful birthing center, whatever, blah, blah.
Nope,
with this
let's go to the
pretty
stainless
bed,
steel room that's
all of these
cold.
things. And then, they're like, we got to get you on this table that's this big. I'm like, I'm a little bigger than that table
my job
is.
was to hold Miriam's leg.
It was
'cause
horrible.
It kept falling
I'm like,
off.
are you kidding me? My leg is numb. And this table is literally skinnier than I am wide. And I'm not, the smallest person. But then I was even smaller, except for, this part of the giant belly. And I'm on this table that's this freaking wide. Well, no, I'm not having a baby on my side.
Meanwhile, the computer that's monitoring the vitals of mother and both of the children
Yeah, it was a lot.
blue screened. It crashed.
That was so crowded. It was like
And I look
power
over there and I'm
outage or
like,
something.
no, it just crashed. It had an OS error. And I
It
look
felt
over
like
and I'm
it.
like,
Do you want me to fix that?
you guys want me to fix that? And they're like, no, don't worry about it.
Baby's coming.
Baby's
We'll
coming.
make And then the anesthesiologist was like pushing on my belly, like, push the baby out. I'm like, I can't do this. It's too hard.
Now we had, we didn't have that same anesthesiologist for Sam. Did we have him for the other ones?
We had him for Kate and Audrey and Haley. And then we had different anesthesiologists for the rest.
He was
cool.
awesome. So he shows up with one of those red, Stanley toolboxes on wheels. And I'm like,
What?
what is that? He's like, that is my medication card. I'm like, that's kind of weird. He's like, well, they cost less. I have to buy it myself. It costs less, and it locks.
And you can buy an anesthesiologist cart.
Yeah, and this anesthesiologist
that
card
has all
costs
these
twice
fancy
as
bells
much.
and whistles, but then
Well,
doesn't lock.
they don't even work as well.
Yeah.
He said this one was fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alan says taking as few meds as possible is the goal. I'm a retired chiropractor.
Hey,
that's the best
that's
non-scale
great.
victory is retiring medication, especially insulin.
Yeah, retired
So,
that medicine.
Anyway, I think we've gone on for quite a while.
We're late to a meeting.
Got off on a little bit of a tangent. So, you are late for a meeting,
Having
aren't
the
you?
babies.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Happy
Miriam's going to
fasting.
go talk about social media. I'll go talk about the anti-social media, like Twitter and Reddit.
Okay.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. Have a good day.
Bye.